Back to our guest, Pierre Martin, professor of political science at University of Montreal. Pierre, do you think President Obama has really gotten the recognition and the respect that he deserves with all the things that his administration did, from Cuba, climate change, bin Laden, the U.S. economy, so on and so on?
Well, one should say that probably yes, but in the current context in the U.S. where everything is so polarized, one cannot really expect unanimity in judgment. But if we look, for example, at public support, at public approval of Barack Obama and the way that he conducts himself and that he does his job, it's quite comparable to the levels that we remember from Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, who's now hailed as a hero of the conservative movement. So there's something to it. He's one of the most respected people in the U.S. at the moment. His approval rating is much superior, way superior than Donald Trump's is, and it's actually unusual to have a departing president actually more popular than the president who's just been elected. And I think your report laid out many of the accomplishments that have made his presidency. In general, the judgment of history, of course, will have to wait for some time. But the judgment of most specialists on the matter is that his presidency was consequential. Major changes happened. Just the fact that he was the first African American to occupy that function, and that he did so with honor, with dignity, without a scandal, that his family was actually a model for anyone, whether African American or white or anyone in the country, to look up to. This is something, and all these accomplishments in healthcare, that's something that had failed all previous presidents since the 1950s. So one should not overlook also, and one thing that your report did not mention is the fact that when he came into power, he was in the midst of the worst economic recession since the Great Depression, and he managed to slowly and without much help from the opposition in Congress to get the country back on track and prevail upon the longest period of uninterrupted job growth in the U.S. Since these statistics are recorded. So there is quite a bit of positive accomplishment and reasons to celebrate in some sense, but at the same time, there's also criticism, and there's also major failings, for example, in making sure that his party would benefit as much as he did from that public support.
Professor Pierre Martin, thank you so much for your time.